Hey you guys, my name is Imani and I make videos about beauty, fashion, lifestyle, and speech pathology. And in today's video, I'm getting a little vulnerable and I'm talking to you guys about some things that I'm still afraid of as someone who is almost finished with their graduate program in speech pathology and just getting ready to get out there into the world. There are some things that I'm still afraid of within the field and I want to share that with you guys today. So if you guys are interested in hearing that, then continue to watch this video and I will see you in the next clip. So first of all, I am super afraid of making a mistake within my program. I know that this is kind of broad, but there's so many things that are moving. There's so many moving parts in graduate school and it's a lot going on. Like, I have a younger sister who's getting ready to start her graduate school career, and the one thing that I tell her all the time is you just have to be organized, you have to be ready, and you kind of have to prepare yourself for anything that can come your way because mistakes happen, and it's more about owning up to it, fixing it, and moving on than it is about trying not to make a mistake. And this is something that I tell myself all the time. Ooh. I'm gonna come completely clean. Guys, I made a huge mistake back in my second year of grad school. I was getting ready to start my first clinical experience. So the first time that I was gonna interact with kids as a speech pathologist. And I was supposed to start in January, spring semester, and by that time I needed to have 25 observation hours. I don't know how it got lost in translation for me. I also was working full-time at the time, but I didn't have my 25 observation hours, and what happened was I needed to push back everything for an extra semester in order to get the observation hours and then go ahead and begin the clinical experience. And this was really devastating for me because it was 100% something that I could have controlled. It was a mistake that I made and I was very upset about it. I didn't want to prolong grad school any more than I needed to, so it was just a lot of emotions at that time. This was also the first time that I was going to be able to go out and be an SLP, so it was just devastating for me. I don't tell a lot of people this, but now I'm telling the internet, and I think it's just important to learn from experiences, because if that didn't happen, I would not have been as meticulous and diligent about every requirement, every hour, every little thing that needs to be done. I'm on it because that experience kind of just like made me more aware. It put me on guard of not just worrying about working and, you know, because I was very engulfed in my job, but also worrying about me and putting myself first. And school is a huge part of me at this point in my life, and I learned that I really need to put myself first. So I think this is just something that I had to go through, and you guys will have things that I'm positive you will go through in your graduate school experience and you'll learn from, and you'll become better because of it. That also doesn't mean that you're not afraid of making more mistakes. The second thing that I am afraid of is a patient declining, or a patient not doing well, or a patient getting sick, or any of those horrible things because of something that I did. Now, I know that this is something that other SLPs think of every day, especially like in the health setting, in the medical setting. It's something that you kind of just come across and you live with, and you try to make and make the best decisions so that those things don't happen. But I think that it's still a very real situation that is on my mind. I want to make sure that I'm always helping my patients and not ever hindering them. And there's just so many instances where things can go wrong, and it can be because of something that we've done together in therapy, or something that I've recommended that they do, or yeah, I think that that's a big one. And I think about it a lot, especially in the medical setting where I am with patients and they're trying food and maybe they haven't eaten in months or weeks and we're finally eating food together, or maybe they've been eating like puree. Maybe they've been eating that puree for so long and then we try something that's a different texture, and what if they choke? Like, that is real stuff that I think about all the time. And aspiration pneumonia is real, and just patients declining, especially in older age, is just real. So I think about it all the time, and it's something that I am definitely afraid of, but it empowers me to make the right choices. It empowers me to really think through every single diagnosis that my patients have, so that when I'm recommending something with them or we're trying something, I've thought of everything that could possibly happen and I'm prepared now to help them, rather than going in blind. So I think it makes me a better clinician to have this fear, but it's also just something that is real. Another thing that I'm really afraid of is those difficult patients and difficult families that I have come across and that I know I will continue to come across, and just dealing with them in the best, most professional way. I think like it gets hard to separate personal feelings from your job, especially as a speech language pathologist. Like, you do things because you believe in them. And I just want to make sure that I'm always coming off professionally and also just not taking things personally when there are different conflicts that come up, or differences in opinion that I may have with other people. And I just want to, of course, make sure that I'm helping people, and I know that having those difficult interactions can sometimes hinder like what you're doing with the actual patient if you're arguing with their sister or with their parents. So I want to make sure that I'm always making the right decision when it's necessary to say, like, listen, maybe I'm not the right therapist for you to work with, maybe you should work with someone else. And then also making sure that I'm advocating for my patient and getting across the things that I think is best, explaining why, using research, that always helps. But I'm a little afraid of those conversations that I know will come, and I want to make sure that I'm prepared, but I know that those types of things you can't always be prepared for. Guys, I am still afraid of IEPs. An IEP is an individualized educational plan, and it's something that is derived by different professionals on a team. It's created for children who require special services, and it gives them different goals to work on throughout the year, and it's updated all the time and it's constantly referenced. It's a very long document. It has a lot of jargon on it, a lot of test results and observation notes and anecdotal notes and data, and it's a lot. I know that as I enter possibly the school system that I will become more adept at reading them and at understanding them, but they are just huge documents, and I've had some experience with IEPs, and so far I'm just like, oh my god. So I don't know. I'm a little afraid of that big hefty document and being a part of the IEP team for the students that I might be working with at some point. So also because it's just such a big document that's regulated by the state, and it's a really big deal. So I want to make sure that I'm always completing it correctly, and then also like enforcing it and doing it in everything that I do, and making sure that I reference it and have them organized in such a way that I can go back to them. So many things going through my head about these IEPs, but I know that I'll become better. That's the thing, like once you're exposed to it and once you practice anything over time, it does become easier. It's just that initial thought of like, oh my god, this is a big deal, that's scary. So the last thing that I need to come clean, that I'm a little afraid of, is some of the passive aggressiveness that will come as I'm dealing through this field, and that's in any field. Not everyone is helpful, not everyone is understanding, not everyone takes that time. So I'm a little nervous about being a new SLP and now entering this space where there's a mix of experience, and I really need to show what I know, show my abilities, show what I'm good at, but then also make sure that I'm learning from people. So guys, you heard me go into my fears. I shared them with you mainly because I want to let you know that any fear that you have at your point in your journey is recognized. It's okay. We all have them. You're gonna continue to have fears, and fears can actually be healthy. They can propel you to think better and perform better. I really hope that this video was something that you can relate to and go back to in times that you need it. Thank you so much for watching it. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. Hit the notification bell so that you guys know when I post. It is now every single Thursday I will be posting, so look out for my videos. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!